Let's talk about the importance of history, especially history in this state. And we have the greatest history of any state in the Union. And evidence of that, more books written about the history of Texas than all the other states in the Union combined. So it's that history which has made us great.
The history within Texas from our founding and our beginnings really is a way that the youth can see how America has come to be.
We needed to educate children on the fact that history is not boring. Children that came to our offices had no interest in history, so we wanted to change that. It was a very important evolution in our idea to take this to the next step, which would have been a self-sustaining museum itself. We first looked at Houston. Frankly, we couldn't find a building that was first historic, and secondly, we couldn't find anything we could afford. We just happened to be here in Galveston back in 2013 doing some research. We were leaving and went past the customs house. Wouldn't it be nice, we just sort of joked, wouldn't it be nice if that was, we could have our museum there? But by the time we got to Houston, it was like, well, why wouldn't we want to have it in Galveston? Our curator, who we left in Houston that day, called us and said, wait, go down 21st Street. There's a building there, kind of spooky looking. It was, as they say, in personal relationships, it was love at first sight.
Well, the Orphans Home was built it started construction in 1894 through an endowment that was left and the will of Henry Rosenberg. It was designed by Alfred Muller. It's a Gothic Revival architecture style, and it was heavily damaged in the 1900 storm and rebuilt with funds that were raised via charity in New York City. We actually get to house history within history.
Before I became director, the nonprofit organization that I founded 12 years ago called I Write had been partnering with the museum for years through summer camps, workshops, curriculum that we were writing together. The organization is really focused on educating the future and getting them excited to learn history. And so we found that bringing literacy and history together worked really well. So in 2021, we established our education department permanently. We brought in education specialists in areas of history, Texas history, literacy.
Well, Texas history is always the forefront of us planning a new exhibit in our special exhibits gallery. For example, I'm currently working on a new special exhibit called the Billy Gibbons History Experience. It's a lot of personal items that belong to a really famous musician, but you're still going to learn about Texas history in it. We try to find fun and interesting ways to present that.
The museum is set up in a chronological order of Texas history and the settlement of the American West as you go through each of the galleries. We have over 70,000 artifacts, documents, books, paintings related to that story and able to share and teach that story well. Well, our mission is to bring history to life for all learners, and that is every age that comes to our museum, for them to leave knowing more about Texas history, which could be their shared history with so many. I mean, there's a place for everyone's in Texas story. So we want anyone that gets the benefit of being able to see what we have here at the museum to be able to walk away with a greater love and passion for that story.
There's a reason that Six Flags flew over Texas, and that it was won by people defying basically an absentee landlord. And so I think that just its unique history very much makes it worth learning.
This history goes well beyond Texas. It goes all over the world because it's about exceptional conduct by people fighting for freedom.